Um, so today we are doing another Python tutorial. It's number 11. We're going to talk about file handling. So we have an input file in some sort, yeah. So today we're going to talk about file handling in Python. Let's say you want to open a simple text file. Just in case you don't know the simple text file extension we're using, it's called .txt. I'm just gonna create one right now, so I can just say file.txt. Just say simple text. Just say text.txt. Alright, so we're here. I can just say hello world. Let me just type these two lines for now, and it will print out every single line out to the terminal, or in this case, the console here. So how could you do that? So how could you open this file then print out the file here? Well, first is we need to know how to open a file. So to open a file, luckily in Python we have a native built-in function called open. So you can say file equals open. I just say text.txt. And then here it's going to be RT. We're going to talk about this in just a second. Let's see what happens if we run this. Alright, so absolutely nothing you should see. You should see absolutely nothing because we didn't actually print out the text yet. But before we talk about what to print out the text, let's see what open function does. In this case, it's taking two arguments. One is text.txt. The first argument is a location and the file name. So if it's in the same directory or in the same folder, which in this case it is, it's just going to say, okay, let's just open this file. So you don't need to add a slash here, or dot slash, or dot slash. We're gonna talk about this in a few other series tutorial. We're gonna talk about bash terminal. Yeah, but right. So right now, just need to say text.txt. And RT, what's that mean? Well, the second parameter here is the mode. It's how do you want to open this file? So we have 4 mode and actually 6 mode, but 4 for for how do we handle this, and 2 for actually read the file. So the first is R stand for read. Open a file for reading, erase an error if the file doesn't exist. A for append, open a file for appending. So append means add on based on that file, not overwritten the file, and create a file if it doesn't exist. W is open a file for writing, where it will overwrite everything in that text file, and then create a file if it doesn't exist. X is for create a specified file, will return an error if the file exists. So these are the four mode for how to handle this file. To process file, we have T, which is the default value for text mode, and then you can also use B for binary mode, such as if you want to open some file like bitmap, PNG, images, other file, etc. Alright, so that was cool. So this is all the modes available if you want to open a file in Python. And you can see in this case, you can specify order like first is how do you want to handle it. So like the first letter need to be either be R for read, A for append, W for write, X for create. The second is optional. If you want to put for binary, put B there. Open for text, put T here. So I don't really need to put T, but I put T anyway. And now this stored in a file variable called here. And then if you're familiar with C, you can Python will simplify a lot of stuff for us. So you don't need to do like pointers, pointies. You don't need to add a star from variable. That's really nice. Alright, now let's read the file. Well, just open the file. It's not interesting, at least not that interesting for me. Let's say we actually read the file. So recall that in this file we have two line, and each line with a word called hello world. And then our goal is to print out them into the terminal. There's 3 ways to do that. First, I can just say, okay, let's just print out file.read. And then if you run this, you can see hello and world get printed out. Yeah. So this is just going to read all the contents in that file and print all of them out. This is one way to deal with it. The second way we can do, so this just print out the first all the contents. But what if you just want to read certain amount of character? We can just say file.read, and then we can provide an optional argument. For example, we could provide 1, which is just going to print out H, 2, HE, 3, HEL. Did you find a pattern? Yep. If you say it's a number of characters it's going to print out, that's correct. Great job, 10 points for you. So it's going to print out first 3 character. But what if you put 6? Well, it's a, let me see, 7. Yeah, so 6 is like a \n, means a new line, and it's gonna print out next line. So this is how do you read certain amount of character. So this is how you read certain amount of character. You can also choose to use another function called read line. So print out file.read line. If you say hello, this is a read the first line. To here, you can say the second line get print out. Or I believe you can also using a for loop. So like we can say for line in file print out line. Can I do that? Yep. So that's the same thing using a for loop. But yeah, that's it. This is a street native way for deal with a file. Next is okay. So well, that's fun, right? That's fun. We can actually see the contents of file here. But what if you want to read some file? I mean, write the file. So like we want to say, hello world, this is Dev with me. How can I do that? Excuse me. How can I do that? Well, to read a file, we do need to create a file. So now we can talk about create and write to a file. So to create a file, here's what we're gonna do. We can say, so we don't really need this line anymore. And then here, so we're going to say using X mode to print to create a new file if it doesn't exist. So, but if it exists, we need to raise an error. So we can say file equals open another text dot txt. Gonna say X, and then if we run this, I got an error. I don't know what's happening here. It should read. Okay. So probably that's still an error. I don't know, probably cannot. I don't know what's wrong with X. It said it can create. I need to double check on that. So we can say using append, which is another way to open a file, create a file if it doesn't exist. So now what I can say is file.write. We can write some content to this new file. I can say hello. Write world. And then lastly, make sure you close the file. And now if you take a look here, what you see is hello world. You can also group them nicely by using \n, which I believe now. Okay, yeah. So it's keep appending because a new line being created. But what if you want to overwrite the whole content? Well, simple enough, you just change A to W, and then it's going to overwrite the whole content for you. Make sure to close the file because sometimes how Python deal with the pointer, because at the end of the day, Python still deal with pointer because Python is actually a C language built on by C. So yeah. Alright, so now, lastly, what we're going to talk about is delete a file. So, gonna import OS. I think it stands for operating system. I don't know, but we can say OS dot. Let's just say dot remove. I want to remove hello. Oh, not hello. Sorry. The file name that you want to remove. I can say text.txt. Run this. This is weird. OS to remove. Let me take a look. I should think I have OS built in. I don't know what's wrong. I think it should work. I think it should work. Let me. Okay, OS dot. Yeah, I don't think it's an invalid type. I don't know. I don't think it's have OS module built in, but if you execute this command, it should automatically remove the file for you. You can use remove dir to remove a whole entire folder. Yeah. So that's about it on file handling. And then yes, this will be about it for this whole Python tutorial. As I do have a few concepts in cover yet, which I'm planning to do. So like sets, we skipped that because we had to learn loop. We didn't learn while loop yet, so that's like the only two concepts that I think we still need to change, which I still need to talk about. And then, but tomorrow, at least by the time you see it, you should saw a video. It's a mini project where we'll talk about password generator using the thing we learned today, which is file handling. Alright, so thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please smash the like button of this video. And please comment below if you have any question. At least for now, I will reply to every comment I receive immediately. Not really immediately, but as soon as possible. Alright, so thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.